Welcome back to the next head-to-head bow battle for 2019. The matchup that we have today is one that a lot of you have asked for through comments and messages on other bow battles that we've done. So, because we aim to please, this one we are going to match up the Hoyt Helix Ultra versus the Mathews Travers. How are they going to compare to each other? Let's find out. Hey everybody, Michael Mathews from the Elk Calling Academy, where we help you find success faster out in the elk woods. On this channel, we do elk call reviews, gear reviews, elk calling lessons, tips, and tutorials a lot like this one. So if you're new to the channel or you're liking the content we're putting out, make sure that you click subscribe and click that bell for notifications of future videos. Welcome back to the next head-to-head bow battle. This one we're excited to do because a lot of you have asked for this. We have the Hoyt Helix Ultra versus the Mathews Travers. So let's get into the tail of the tape. Okay, axle to axle. The Helix Ultra is a 34-inch axle to axle, where the Travers comes in at 33 inches axle to axle. Brace height. The Travers comes in at 6 5/8 inch brace height, with the Helix Ultra coming in at a 6 3/4. How about weight? Again, we're almost even on this, where the Helix Ultra is 4.6 pounds, the Mathews Travers is 4.7 pounds. How about draw weights? Okay, on the Helix Ultra, you can actually get a number 2 cam that goes from 27 to 30 inch draw, or a number 3 cam that will go 29 to 32 inches. On the Mathews Travers, it's done with mods and goes from 26.5 inches all the way up to 32.5 inch draw. So you longer guys, you can get that extra ½ inch in the Travers. How about draw weights? The Helix Ultra has a few more options, where it comes in peak weights of 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, and 80 pound peak draw weights. The Mathews Travers, you can get options of 50, 60, or 70 pounds on the peak. How about IBO speed? Again, we're pretty even on this. The Helix Ultra has an IBO of 334 feet per second, where the Mathews Travers is coming in at 338. Color options or customization. On the Helix Ultra, you have 11 options. On the Mathews Travers, there are 10. Which cams come on these? The Mathews Travers has the cross-centric cam, where the Helix Ultra has the ZT Pro. Finally, price, MSRP. Again, they're almost deadlocked even, with the Helix Ultra having an MSRP of $11.99 and the Mathews Travers having a $10.99. Okay, now how we've set both of these bows up is both of these are at 68.5 pounds on the scale, so both of them are identical. As far as draw length, what we did is we set both these up. The Mathews Travers has a 29-inch mod, and the Hoyt Helix Ultra has the number 2 cam that we set at 29 inches. We did put a draw arrow on both these and draw them back. Both bows measured 27.5 inches to the center of the burger. So both these bows are set up identical. So we wanted to remove as many variables as possible and get them as even as possible. So now we're going to go through our normal testing. We're going to go ahead and test the grip, the draw cycle, the wall, the valley. We will also shoot them through speed test, and we will also get them on a decibel meter, where we will see how loud both bows are. So let's get into the shooting and the testing. All right, so here we are, first round of testing. On this one, we're going to test the grip, the draw cycle, the wall. We'll just test everything about these. So first up is the Hoyt Helix Ultra. All right, first off, the grip on it. Hoyt's always had a really comfortable grip. It just seems like your hand just slides in. Really something that is duplicatable time and time again. Draw cycle. Okay, the draw cycle is really smooth though, so The draw cycle on this one is it loads really early at the front. So there is no buildup throughout the draw cycle and then a big dump into the valley and the wall. It just has that early load. For me personally, I think that type of draw cycle is smoother because you have that load right from the get-go. So, okay. String angle is really, really nice. So as soon as I come to my anchor point, I mean, my nose is immediately right there on the string. Okay, I'm gonna relax. There's no creeping. So on the letdown, there's just a real minor delay before it kind of kicks in and starts going. So let's go ahead and fire a shot and test hand shock. Bow holds really nice. There's just a real minor vibration in the front hand on the shot, really quiet. But that little vibration, I mean, as soon as you put stabilizer on, that's going to disappear. Again, draw cycle's really smooth. I like the draw cycle, nice and quiet. Yeah, just real minor on that hand shock. It's nothing that would be really noticeable, and like I said, as soon as you add some components on it, I really like the way this handle sits at the front hand. Yeah, draw cycle really smooth. Again, that fits into a draw cycle that I really like, where it has that early load, no big dump, holds really well, handles extremely comfortable, very minor on the hand shock vibration. I mean, it's not even really noticeable. It's something that you can get rid of. So, okay, we're gonna go pull the 3 arrows and then we'll switch over and we'll do the same thing with the Traverse. So here we are, first initial reactions on the Traverse. So the handle is comfortable. It's a little bit thicker than the Helix Ultra, but the new angle is really nice on the Mathews. Okay, draw cycle. So again, same draw cycle where it has load early, so it's that constant load all the way through, no big dump. Okay, as soon as I anchor in, my nose is barely touching the string angle, so it seems like the string angle is just a little bit better on the Hoyt. Relaxing. So again, there is that little slight delay before it kicks in on letting down. The wall is really nice. Okay, let's go ahead and shoot. Absolutely dead quiet in the front hand. So no shock at all. We got a little bit of a squeak or moan in this. Yeah, again, dead quiet. Bow holds really nice. So what are we? That noise could be on the arrow starting. Let's draw with the rest down, see if that eliminates that. Yep. So, okay, so that noise was with the arrow on the rest. Okay, shot execution really nice. absolutely quiet in the front hand. Draw cycle is smooth. Like I said, it has that early load, which me personally, I like that type of draw cycle on it. Holds really well, handles comfortable. So I don't know, we're starting off pretty dang close. So let's go ahead and go over to the speed test, see how these do. Okay, so both of these are set up in 29-inch draws. We did measure at full draw to the burger. Both were at that 27.5. Both are at 68.5 pounds. So let's go over and see how they do with the speed test with the 474 grain arrow. All right, so here we go with the speed test portion. First up is the Traverse. Again, 29-inch mod. When we measured, it was 27.5 inches to the center of the burger hole. Weight-wise, it is 68.5 pounds on the scale, so we're gonna shoot 3 shots and see what they come out with. So we are shooting a 474 grain arrow. First up is the Traverse. Here we go. All right. Shot number 1 on the Traverse. (276 feet per second). Shot number 2, Mathews Travers. (277). Third and final shot with the Traverse. (276). So we're going to call it 260 or 276.5. So we'll pull the arrows, grab the Hoyt, and we'll shoot those through. All right, so here we are with the Hoyt Helix Ultra. Again, 29-inch draw. We did measure on this also, so it is 27.5 inches to the center of the burger at full draw. Again, on the weight, 68.5 pounds, making these as even as possible. So again, we'll fire 3 shots. Let's see where this one comes out at on the speed test. Shot number 1, Hoyt Helix Ultra, 474 grain arrow. (271). I'm standing in the exact same spot. We have a mark on the floor. Shot number 2. Duplicate, 271. Third and final shot with the Helix Ultra. (270). So with the 3 shots, we're going to call it 270.5 or 271. Okay, so there's the speed test. The Traverse came in at about that 266.5, 267. The Hoyt Helix Ultra, 270.5, 271. So we'll call it 277 and 271. Slight advantage to the Traverse. Now we'll go ahead and pull the arrows. We'll reposition, and next up we will shoot through the shoot with the decibel meter to see kind of how loud both bows are. So here we go. All right, so here we go with the third and final test. This one we have the decibel meter. I was going to do this outside, but funny thing is there's actually more background noise. We're at Archery Central here in Caldwell, Idaho. There is a road that the decibel meter is picking up quite a bit of the traffic noise, so we are going to do this inside. So as you can see, I do have the target back at 10 yards. This decibel meter will basically be sitting about 5-6 feet away from me. So we'll just focus on this, and we'll do 3 shots with each bow to see kind of where we're at with decibel and sound on both of these. So here we go. All right, first up is the Hoyt Helix Ultra, shot number 1. .8. Shot number 2, Hoyt Helix Ultra. Right at that 49.7. Tell you what, just with a natural hold, we're getting a great group. Shot number 3. .49. So right in that 49 to 50. So we're gonna go ahead and go pull the arrows and then we'll test the traverse. All right, here we go. Do the sound test with the Mathews Traverse. Shot number 1. .47. Shot number 2 with the Mathews Traverse. .46. Third and final shot with the Mathews Traverse. .47. All right, so there's the decibel meters. Both of them were really close. So we'll go ahead and pull the arrows and then we'll come back with final thoughts and kind of see how these two compared. All right, so we've completed all the testing. Here we are to wrap up and give final thoughts. So we knew going in these two were going to be extremely close. So, all right. Axle to axle, they're both really comparable, with the Helix Ultra being a 34-inch axle to axle, the Traverse being a 33. As far as string angle and the ability to put your nose on the string, I'm going to give the slight edge to the Helix Ultra. Handle grip, the new Mathews grip is really comfortable for me personally, and what I like, the Helix Ultra was just a little nicer. As far as shot and quietness in the hand, again, there was that little tiny bit of vibration in the Helix Ultra, which is really not a big deal, that you could tune that out. But the Traverse was dead quiet. I'm going to give the edge to the Traverse there. Weight-wise goes, we're going to call it a draw with these two. Draw cycle, both bows have a draw cycle that I like, where they're loaded early in the draw cycle, so you have that continual pull all the way through with no big hump. Both bows did, hold really well. I noticed just instinctive shooting, I did get a better group with the Helix Ultra, so I'm going to give kind of the edge there. As far as options go with, colors and draw weights, advantage the Helix Ultra, that does have a lot more options to it. Speed-wise, so remember we were shooting a 474 grain arrow. The Helix Ultra came in at 271 feet per second, where the Traverse was 277, so advantage Traverse. How about on the decibel meter? Both these bows were right in there in that 45, 46, 47 range, both really quiet, but again, the Traverse was just a little bit quieter. Advantage Traverse. Price-wise, $11.99, $10.99. Both these bows are so close that the one thing I would say is you really need to shoot these two, comparable. Okay, so you know, both bows in the wall, both were extremely solid. You could relax on both of them, didn't get a bunch of creeping going forward. So really, these two are so close that you need to go shoot both of them before you really decide. Draw cycles are pretty comparable. Handles, you know, there are differences in the handle. I know Mathews just came out with the new handles, but there are aftermarket options that you can do. And actually aftermarket options are available for both of these bows. So you can change the grip on these. If I was to pick a winner, I really don't know if I could pick one, because each bow does have a slight advantage in one area over the other and vice versa. So you really need to shoot both to see, you know, kind of have your checklist and see how both of these go. So as far as the Helix Ultra versus the Traverse, I got to call it a draw. I would be happy to shoot and hunt with either one. So there you go, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed this review and it kind of helped you decide or give some information on both of these bows to help you make your selection. As always, appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Without each of you guys, I wouldn't be able to do this. As always, keep calling, keep practicing. Most importantly, have fun. And we'll see you on the next video brought to you by Elk Calling Academy.